ஹலோ கைஸ், வெல்கம் டு கூல் ஸ்டடீஸ். இந்த வீடியோவில் மாடல் 2 பார்க்க போகிறோம். சேனலுக்கு புதுசாக இருந்தீங்கன்னா சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணிட்டு பாருங்கள். வாங்க வீடியோக்குள்ளே போகலாம்.
Happy morning to all. Today we are going to see about module 2, that is database management system. In module 2 we are going to see about mainly two topics, that is transaction management and storage management. So let us see what is transaction management, storage management, database administrator and database users. First, we can see what is database management system. Database management system is a software which is used to manage the database. For example, MySQL, Oracle, etc. are very popular and commercial database which is used in different applications in different fields. Database management system provides an interface to perform various operations. We can create database, store data, we can update the data what we have stored, and also we can create a table in the database, and also we can do a lot and lot using this database management system. So now we are going to see about transaction management. We all know that transaction means performing some logical set of work. Example, bank transaction. It is very well known example for transaction management. Bank transaction, that is, we will add money into our account, and if we are in need we will take the money from our account. This is main example for transactions. So transactions are a set of operations used to perform a logical set of work. Okay, so transaction is a set of operation that is performed for a logical set of work. A transaction usually means that data in the database has changed. That is, once the transaction is completed means then the previous data will be updated. So the data in the database will be changed. One of the major uses of DBMS is to protect the user data from system failure. So by using the backup system, we can protect the data, whatever we have in the system. So once if the system fails, then we can easily get the data from the system. It is done by ensuring that all the data is restored to the consistent state when the computer is restarted after a crash. Once if there is any failure or crash in the system, then we can easily restore the data with the help of the backup. The transaction is any one execution of user program in a database management system. So the executing the same program multiple times will generate multiple transactions. Example, the transaction to be performed to withdraw a cash from the ATM vestibule. So let us see this example. So in the ATM, what we do first, transaction start by inserting a ATM card. Next, let we select the language which we know for doing the transaction. Next, let we select the type of account. It can be either saving account, current account, likewise. Next, we will enter how much amount we want to withdraw, and then we have to type the secret pin, and we will wait for some time for processing the machine, and finally we will collect the cash, and then transaction is completed. So what happens, for example, we are having 10,000 rupees in our account means once we take 2,000, then the balance will be 8,000. So the 8,000 will be updated in the account. So once the transaction is completed, the data in the database will be changed. Next, let us see about the uses of transaction management. The database management system is used to schedule the access of data concurrently. We will use data concurrently, that is continuously. It means that the user can access multiple data from database without being interfered with each other. That is, multiple data from database can be easily taken with the help of this concurrency. So transactions are used to manage the concurrency. It is also used to satisfy ACID properties. ACID property is a basic property used in the database management system. It is used to solve read-write conflict. So which data has to be read and which data has to be write. That conflict can be avoided using this ACID property. ACID property plays a major role in database management system. So here let us see what are the ACID properties. That is, A stands for atomicity, C stands for consistency, and I stands for isolation, and finally the D stands for durability. So what is atomicity? Atomicity is the entire transaction takes place at once and does not happen at all times. That is, only one the transaction will be taken place and will be completed. So what is consistency? The database must be consistent before and after the transaction. Next, what is isolation? That is, multiple transactions occur independently without any interferences. And durability is the change of successful transaction once even if the system failure occurs. That is, even if the system failure occurs also, the changes made the transaction has to be updated. These are the main property of the database management system. It's used to implement recoverability, serializability, and cascading. So transaction management is also used for concurrency control protocol and locking of data. These are the transaction states in the database management system. The transaction states starts with the active states, that is read and write operation, and then it goes for partially committed state. So again, the if it is continuous, then goes for permanent storage and committed state. That is the transaction is committed and it terminate the state. Otherwise, if there is any failures, then it comes to failure state, and sometimes it goes to rollback and goes to the aborted state. These are the states available in transaction in database management system. Next, let us see about storage management. Storage, as the name mentioned, it is mainly used for storing the data. This DBMS is mainly used for storing the data. So in database management system, this storage management plays a major role. The database system provides an ultimate view of the stored data. However, the data in the form of bits, bytes gets stored in different storage devices. So, the storage management is defined as it refers to the management of the data storage equipment that are used to store the user generated data. Hence, it is a tool or set of process used by administrator to keep your data and storage equipment safe. Types of data storage. There are major divisions, that are three types. For storing the data, there are different types of storage options available. These storage types differ from one another as per the speed and accessibility. There are three different types of storage, that is primary storage, secondary storage, and tertiary storage. So these are divided based on the speed of the data. This primary storage have high speed, whereas the secondary is very less compared to the primary, and the tertiary storage has low speed. Storage hierarchy. Here, let us see about the storage hierarchy of the data stored in the database. First, we see cache memory and main memory. These are the example for primary storage. In these memory, we can easily get the data from very fastly. We can retrieve the data. Whereas flash memory and magnetic memory, compared to this cache and main memory, it will be little bit slow. That is, it is a secondary storage, and also the optical disk and magnetic tapes are tertiary memory, which in which the data access speed will be very less when compared to the cache and main memory. These are the storage device hierarchy. Next, let's see about storage management key attributes. So, what are the key attributes for storage management? Storage management has some key attributes which is generally used to manage the storage capacity of the system. They are performance, reliability, recoverability, and capacity. Next, features of storage management. There are some features of storage management which is provided for storage capacity. These are the storage management is a process that is used to optimize the usage of storage devices. That is, the storage device will be optimized, and is optimized means you providing the news databases will be used by the users. Managing those unused spaces, that is called as optimization. Storage management must be allocated and managed as resource in order to truly benefit a corporation. It is generally a basic system component of information system and used to provide improve the performance of the data storage resources. Next, let us see about the advantages of storage management. There are some advantages of storage management. That is, it is very simple to manage a storage capacity. It is generally taken less time and improves the performance of the system. In virtualization and automation technologies can help an organization improve its agility. Next, let us see about the database administrator management. This database administrator is an individual or person responsible for controlling, maintenance, coordinating, and operation of database management system. Managing, securing, and taking care of database system is prime responsibility of the database administrator. They are responsible and in charge for authorizing access to database, coordinating capacity, planning, installation, and also monitoring the users, and for acquiring and gathering software and hardware resource as and when needed. Their role also varies from configuration, database design, migration, security, troubleshooting, backup, and data recovery. So, the database administration plays a major and key function in any firm or organization that is relying on one or more databases. They are overall commander of the database system. Let us see about the types of database administrator. There are various types of database administrator, like administrative DBA. That is, the main job is to maintain server and keep it functional. This administrative DBA are concerned with data backup, security, troubleshooting, replication, migration, likewise. Next one is data warehouse DBA, assigned earlier roles but held accountable for merging data from various sources into data warehouse. They also design warehouse with cleaning and scrub data prior to loading. Next, development DBA. They build and develop queries, stores procedures, and they meet firm or organization needs. They are part at programmer. Application DBA. They particularly manages all requirements of application component that interact with database and accomplish activities such as application, installation, and coordinating, application upgrades, database cloning, data load process management, etc. Next one is architect. They are held responsible for designing schemas like building tables. They work to build structure that meets organization need. The design is further used by developers and development DBA to design and implement real application. OLAP DBA, they design and build multi-dimensional cubes for determination support or OLAP system. Roles and duties of database administrator. They decide this hardware, that is, they decides economical hardware based upon cost, performance, and efficiency of hardware and best suit for the organization. This they also is a hardware which is interface between end user and database. Next one is manages data integrity and security. The database management administrator will manage the data integrity. Data integrity need to be checked and managed accurately as it protect and restrict data from unauthorized use. DBA eyes on relationship with data to maintain the data integrity. Database design is a in this, DBA is held responsible and accountable for logical, physical design, external model design, and integrity and security control. These are the main roles and duties of database administrator. Other than that, there are database implementation, query processing performance, and tuning database performance. DBA implements database management system and checks database loading at time of its implementation. Query processing performance enhances by improving their speed, performance, and accuracy. Tuning database performance, if user is not able to get data speedily and accurately, then it may lose organization business. So, by tuning SQL commands, DBA can enhance performance of the database. Next, let us see about database user. So, who and all will use the database? Let us see. First, DBA, who plays a major role, and then database designer, and then end users, application programs, casual users, sophisticated users, and system analyst. These are the main persons who will use this database. First, let us see about database administrator. Is a person or team who defines the schema and also controls the three level of database. We have already seen no three levels. What are they? Primary, secondary, and tertiary. The database management administrator will then create a new account ID and password for the user if he or she need to access the database. This DBA is also responsible for providing security to database and he allows only the authorized user to access or modify the data. Only the authorized user can access the data from the database. Others cannot be used. It is done with the help of this database administrator by providing the proper login ID. DBA also monitor the recovery and backup and provide technical support. It has a DBA account in the database management system, which called system or super user account. DBA repair damage caused due to hardware and software failure. Next, let us see about naive or parametric end user. Parametric end user or the unsophisticated user who don't have any DBMS knowledge but they frequently use the database application in their daily life. For example, in the banking system, in railway system and all, the users will not know about the SQL queries or database management system. Just they know how to create a bill using this database management system. So railway ticket booking users are naive users. Clerks in any bank is a naive users because they don't know any database knowledge, but they still use the database and perform their given task. Next, system analyst. System analyst is a user who analyzes the requirement of parametric end user. They check whether all the requirement of end users are satisfied. Next, let us see about sophisticated users. They can be engineers, scientists, business analysts who are familiar with database. They can develop their own database application according to their requirement. They don't write the program code, but they interact the database by writing SQL queries directly through the query processor. Next, let us see about database designers. Database designers are the user who design the structure of database, which include table, index, views, constraints, triggers, and stored procedures. He or she controls what data must be stored and how the data items are to be related. Next, we are going to see about application program. These are the backend programmers who write the code for the application programs. They are the computer professionals, and these programs could be written in programming language such as Visual Basic developers, C, Fortran, COBOL, etc. Next, let us see about the casual user or temporary users. They are the user who occasionally use or access the database, but each time when they access the database, they require new information. For example, middle or higher level manager. These are the roles and responsibilities of the database users. Thank you.